You know it is. I mean, yeah, just keep going.
All right, you guys ready? We're recording?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, bro. Yo.
Que hola.
¿Qué hola, bro?
Here, dog. We vibing here at Culture and Coladas. Fucking, how you doing, bro? How's today been?
Bro, honestly, couldn't fucking complain, bro. Woke up, had a nice cafecito, came to the studio, met my boy Nick, met my boy Raul. You already know what it is, baby. We're here in Culture and Coladas. If you couldn't tell by the hat, we've got somebody that I honestly have seen over the past couple of weeks take advantage of an opportunity, not even take advantage, but like seize the opportunity to make something so much funnier than what it is. Because the first time that I saw you, I disappeared from Twitter for a little bit.
Okay.
And I went back in. And one of the first things that I saw from Twitter was the meme of like the guy texting the girl. And the guy's like, "What are you doing?" And the girl sends a long ass message.
Like fucking essay.
And then the last thing is the pinga. And I saw it was from you. And I was like, bro, this makes so much sense. And another thing that you've been doing, Mr. The Pinga, for everybody to know, Mr. The Pinga, is that bro, you honestly gained my respect. Not that you didn't have it before, but you gained my respect when I saw you in the middle of Bird and 137 selling your CDs to traffic. And I was like, this is the epitome of what early 2000s rap is. It was people out there on the street selling their CDs.
Definitely was.
Going out on the street and just freaking like selling CDs. Like, yo, buy my CDs. And I saw you doing that, bringing it back to like that grassroots, like humble beginnings. Even though, bro, I really wouldn't consider you in the beginning. I mean, I guess in the big picture, I would consider you in the beginning. But, bro, honestly, you've already kind of established yourself as an entity.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel you what you're saying, man. Like, you know, I'm still definitely. I feel like I'm in the beginning stages of my career. I definitely have established myself. You know, dropping a lot of projects, but I feel like I got a long way to go. And you know, a lot of artists, you know, speaking on like being on Bird and selling the album. A lot of artists, they think they're like, you know, especially nowadays, they think they're like too like I don't know, like I guess like they think they're too big for themselves.
Yeah, they think they're better than that.
Yeah, to be like, oh, out there, like, oh, they're like worried about like, oh, this guy's gonna think like I'm doing bad, or like, bro, I could care less what people think, you know, like, you know, I have a thick skin for this, so like I be on the middle of the street, I had some people look at me mad weird, like, yo, what are you doing? But then I had mad people like, oh, you know, supporting, you know, and you just got to take that risk because, you know, when people see that, they're like, you know, wow, you know, like this guy's just not out here just like trying to be like, hey, check out my link to like my Apple Music. You know, I could promote. I am promoting on social media. I'm active on all social medias, you know, because that's the landscape right now that we're in. But, you know, you never know. God forbid one day Apple Music and Spotify shuts down. And I want to be like, yo, you can get my CD, you know.
The only people listening to you are the people that were able to buy your CD.
Exactly. So. Yeah, man. I feel like that was like one of the greatest moves I made, and I'm gonna be back soon. I just ran out of albums, but I'm gonna be back soon.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
it is a great problem to have.
Thank God, and thankful to all the supporters, you know, showing love. So I really appreciate it. Wouldn't be possible,
bro. It felt like it was back in 2005 type shit, where like you're walking down the street and somebody's like, yo, buy my mixtape, and like, bro, the fact that you ran out, it just, like I said, it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. And, dude, on top of all of that, I mean, it's exactly what you said, bro. The day that Spotify, Apple Music doesn't work, the people that are going to hear you are the people that bought your CD.
Yeah, they're going to be like, oh,
it's more intimate. It's more of like an intimate setting. Like, yo, I popped the CD. It's something about that I miss, too, where it's like, yo, I'm going to pop the CD in, fucking go to track two,
Because I knew as a young kid, I always wanted this. I always wanted to be a rapper since I knew it. Like, I knew it since I was in elementary. I always knew I wanted to do this, but you know, and then what my biggest dream was, like, you know, back then FYE was popping, you remember, in Dolphin, and you could like go and like listen to them.
What is that, Bloomingdale's now, I think?
Something like that. They sell clothes there. I don't know what it's called, but I think
exactly what it is.
It's a Bloomingdale's, my bad. And yeah, bro, my dream was like walking into like a FYE and seeing like the hip hop or like Latin urban section, Nick Garcia, you get his album. Well, whatever. That's still not. It's still possible, you know, because they still do it in Best Buy, you know. But you got to be like a super like crazy mainstream artist. But you know, with consistency and hard work, you know, I know soon one day my mom will be on Best Buy, you know. But that is a dream of mine, you know, like, you know, or was, because seeing that, you know, like being a young kid when like, you know, remember when Kanye or Kid Cudi dropped, or like even like earlier in like 2000. think it was like 2011 and 10. I don't think people were using Apple Music. They were still buying albums.
Yeah.
I remember when Drake would drop, or like J. Cole would drop. Remember, like, there would be like them buying each other's album,
Yeah.
like supporting each other.
Yeah.
Like, that was fucking dope. Like, and I wish it was still like that, because if my homie, like, I wish it was, but whatever, that's why I'm trying to bring it back.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And bro, you touched up on it. You've been rapping since elementary school, bro. I remember seeing you in high school in the locker room, fucking rapping and shit with Devontae.
Yeah.
With
Shout out
Devontae and shit,
Devontae.
bro, man. I remember seeing you in high school, bro. You were on the I think I can't remember the name, the number of the episode, but bro, you were on one of the earlier episodes of Culture and Collage. We were doing it from my freaking. We were talking about, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I was at the studio with Trop, and we
yeah.
were on Zoom, right? On Zoom,
We were doing it. We were doing it off Zoom. We were doing it off Zoom, and like to see that kind of progression, and like, bro, a lot of people would take that as a step back, like, oh, this motherfucker's selling CDs off of the fucking streets. Like, you're looking at it and you're like, bro, this is something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
This is something that I fucking pictured myself doing from when I was young. And
so I'm not taking no for an option now. Like, yo, if I can't put it on Best Buy, Papa, I'm going to 137 and Bird.
Shit, it was honestly, it was something like, it's something that, at least in this day and age, it's become obsolete for people to actually go, not door to door, but like, person to person and sell their CDs. It's become something obsolete.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you stayed true to it. You're like, yo, since I was a kid, I've always wanted to do this. And even though I don't have to, I'm still going to fucking do it.
Yeah, man.
I'm still going to do it.
And, bro, I would suggest any artist to do it. Look, I'm not one of those to hide the game. Discmakers.com. You could print your own albums, odd stuff. You just have to have the artwork correct. And it's super cheap to print like 100 albums. It's like 100 albums. You could print them for like $250. If you do the math, like 100 albums between 250, it's like a couple bucks per album. You sell each of them for $15. You start generating revenue for yourself, and like that, you put that money back into your career, buy another set of albums. If you don't have a setup at the crib, for recording yourself, buy a little interface, and you start little by little. There's really no excuses. I started with the brand too. One thing I would always say, fucking around on a trip, or just always saying it because I'm fucking Cuban as fuck. I was born here in Miami, but all my parents they come from Cuba, so I was raised by Cubans. And fucking de pinga was like probably the first word I said coming out the womb. and bro, I just went on a trip to Cali, and one of my homies was like, yo, bro, you just gotta make a song called de pinga. And then I made this song, and then I realized, I was like, yo, I gotta make this shit my brand. You feel me? Cause
you became Mr. De Pinga,
yeah,
bro.
because people start everywhere I would go, they'd be like, yo, de pinga. So I like, it clicked, and I was like, fuck it, I made it my brand. It's my LLC too, De Pinga Entertainment LLC.
Nice.
It's in the De Pinga, like the slogan, like the logo, like that. It's like in the process of getting trademarked, so, man, I'm just trying to take it to the next level because, artists like as well as like Nipsey Hussle and shit, like he did his own shit like that, and, seeing him do that, I didn't see him from the beginning, but unfortunately, due to his timely demise, I did my research about him, and I saw how he came up, and it was like, putting in that groundwork and not scared to get dirty. In other words, that's what's wrong with a lot of these artists. They're scared to, like, it's not getting dirty, but get your hands dirty, like put in that physical work.
Yeah, I feel like people right now, they focus too much on like, I could just put it on Spotify. I could just do this on Apple.
No,
Music.
it's not. Listen, it's not bad putting it on Apple Music and Spotify, but just like some people, they don't like, everybody's we're in a crazy time too, so I can't blame people, but I just feel like I really want it, and I'm willing to do anything to put it in people's face, because like, you gotta, you got at least in an artist standpoint, like, that makes music, you gotta put it everywhere, gotta like annoy people almost, but I want to annoy people in like a good way, I don't want to like, not trying to be sending stuff to like people's DM like all the time and stuff like that, so I rather go out to the street and put it in their face.
I feel like the way you're doing it is good though. I mean, I feel like the way, like, you're not necessarily annoying people by doing like what you said, like DMing people. You're just trying to like ask for that support.
Yeah,
because people are bound to like repost it.
Yeah.
People are bound to retweet it. I remember you used to send shit to me, and I used to retweet all
definitely.
the time.
I still do to a lot of people right now, so they could like, support, but I don't trip if somebody doesn't, on social media, I'm not tripping about that. But, just trying to push it out there, just show it to anybody, because you never know, one person that does retweet it and somebody writes some crazy funny shit, it goes viral, just like, that's how King of Kendall even came about from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because when I dropped the first King of Kendall in 2019, 3 years ago, I just dropped it, like, because it was an idea. I was just still super beginning stage of my career and doing music. Even though I had still been dropping since like 2018, but I mean 2016, but I felt like 2019 is when I started like
Really hunkering down on it.
and getting like like a little bit better. And I wanted to do something to like create controversy without doing nothing wild, or like on some 6ix9ine shit, or like having a tattoo my face, or like some crazy shit. So I'm like, I'm a thinker. So I sat down and I thought, and then I saw DJ Paul. He calls himself, or I don't think he does anymore, but the KOM, and that means King of Memphis. And, he, like, a lot of people in Memphis were, like, trip about that shit because, Memphis is, like, a real, like, like, they don't fuck around out there. Mm-hmm. And then me growing up, people always say, like, oh, you're from Kendall. Or every time you brought up Kendall, they was on some hating shit, which was a good shit. So I was using it to my advantage. I turned the negative to a positive, which, whatever, it was never negative. But it was just because of how people perceived people from Kendall. And I was like, yo, I'm going to call this shit King of Kendall. And I just kept it, like, super secret, and I dropped the album cover, and then it started going crazy, and some, like, chick quote tweeted it, like, like, hating on it super crazy, and then everybody, like, started hating on it mad crazy, and they got it, like almost, like, 1,000 retweets, mad fucking likes, and then, like, even, and I replied to her, like, positive. I was like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it very much, and, you're entitled to your opinion, just know the album's on the way, still tune in.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And ever since then, it's just been building up because that gets people mad, because I'm actually representing where I'm from, and when I say I'm the King of Kendall, I'm not trying to be like, yo, I'm this like, like I'm the emperor. You gotta check in with me. Like, no, bro, Kendall's the suburbs, bro. I did it for an attention grabber, and I was the first person historically to say it. Like nobody ever else did that.
Yeah,
even from way back then, because shout out DJ EFN from Drink Champs. He's been putting on for Kendall since the 90s, like putting on major, and he's taking it to another level, especially with the Drink Champs podcast with Noriega. So that's dope, But like saying actually the King of Kendall and making it an album and like, doing it how I'm doing it, nobody's ever done that.
It's crazy, man, because I feel like you've grown. I feel like you, in particular, when you came out with King of Kendall, at least like when I started getting up on Instagram and stuff like that, I would always see not just King of Kendall, but I always saw Kendall Supply, and I always saw like other brands.
Yeah,
from Kendall,
shout out Kendall Supply. That's my homie, bro.
Yo,
Yeah, he be doing crazy with them.
Everybody that I saw like coming up from Kendall, they were making it Kendall. They were making it, there. What was that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, John.
Gucci.
Yeah, but I just saw like everybody from Kendall come up, and I saw that like movement come in where it was like people were starting to like rep Kendall more. People were starting to be proud of it.
Because like that's what I was always proud of it, and then like I didn't meet him at first, but I was like, oh damn, there's like a Kendall merch, and I was like, fuck, I wanna support it, and then I want to put it on my album cover. And, bro, I did it. And then that's what really pissed people off the most, that I was wearing a Kendall shirt. And it's like, all right, for sure. You hate it, go buy it, you know? And most people, which I'm most probably that's what they did. And I want them to keep buying Kendall Supply. Shout out my boy Kareem, bro. But, yo, put it on major, you feel me, for Kendall, bro. And dog, man, he showed me nothing but crazy love, bro. So, and I'm Kendall Supply till I die, bro.
Dude,
for real shit.
And like some of the shirts that they drop, bro. Some of the shirts that they've dropped. I've been trying to get him on the podcast. I actually, Girlology, the podcast I was telling you that Ling had.
Okay.
They do their studio here, and they had his girlfriend on. They had Kayla on, and I was like, bro, talk to Kareem if you can.
Bro, I'll holler at him, bro. I'll let him know,
Dude,
bro. I'm pretty sure I'm most pretty sure he'll be super down to
super down, bro.
Yes,
super
sir.
down. Dude, man, you're one of the funnest people I've actually seen on Twitter and on Instagram. Not even from like a homie to homie standpoint, but like even from like from where you've came from, like from what I've seen from you, bro. Like I said, man, I remember fucking seeing you rap in the locker rooms in Braddock. I remember seeing you rap with Devontae, freaking going into the fields and just like spitting verses. I remember I was there too, fucking rapping with you and shit. And bro, from like then to now, it's like seeing you, bro. It's like it's not like a proud thing where it's like, oh man, that's my child, he's grown up. No, but it's not like that. It's like, it's good to see you stick to it, bro. It's great to see you stick to it, man. And like, bro, the fucking waves that you've made, man. You've made songs with Gunplay, Burner. You went to LA. You went to Washington D.C. for the Cuban protest, bro. Like, you live it. You actually fucking live it.
Yeah, man. That's one thing about me. I really want to make it happen. I saw that, what was going on. Speaking on the, me going to Washington. You know, like, you know, people were protesting in Miami, and it's a super dope thing. But I feel like I really wanted to make an impactful statement and, you know, really use my platform, because a lot of people, you know, out here, you know, like, you know, whatever, you know, they do it how they do it, but I just wanted to do it how I wanted to do it, and I wanted to go to Washington and try to, you know, just make my statement. I did it, but, you know, with all that going on and all that craziness, that shit is just like, you know, it's so like, you know, you know, there was even bigger song. Like, my song is not that big, you know. If I keep pushing, it's gonna go crazier even than it has. But it's just that situation was going on in Cuba. It's so fucking crazy. Like, there's, you know, nobody, like, you know, a lot of people give a fuck about Cuba, but the government is not interested in helping. So, like, people can make a bunch of songs, protest in front of anywhere, but at this point, like, it's shown that, you know, they don't give a fuck. So it's not like I'm giving up hope or anything, but it's just like it's like a tiring situation. So,
Yeah,
like,
man, this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time that Cuba's gone crazy like this, like protesting and stuff like that.
so it's a sad thing, bro. But, you know, I'm gonna always use my platform. You know, shout out Nina using her platform. Everybody, anybody else using their platform. Shout out you guys. Thank you for, you know, always breaking it up and, you know, letting us talk about it. But, you know, it's something that we just gotta pray for.
How were the protests in LA?
It was dope, bro, but it wasn't dope because I got fucking COVID when I went out to LA. Yeah, bro. I'm good now. I'm negative. That was like almost, you know, a while ago. Not a while ago.
We gotta start getting the little, like, the thermometers.
Yeah, bro.
We gotta start getting that shit out here so we can start.
That's fucking bullshit, bro. That shit doesn't work. You gotta get fucking tested or find out, though.
Yeah.
At least. But nah, bro. It was weird, bro, because I had literally got my vaccine like 2 days before I went, and then I got sick out there. But imagine, I was in a protest. Like, not everybody had masks. I didn't have a mask. Got Cubans screaming. We're known for being loud. De pinga. So, dog, I got that shit, dog. It was pretty fucking bad, bro. And I started feeling bad, like, almost, like, immediately after the protest. I went to go eat, and I was, like, coughing for a little bit. But other than that, though, it was really good, though. The protests were super dope, super peaceful, super organized. I performed in front of the city hall out there in front of, like, more than, like, 200 people. So it was super dope. I was giving out, like, you know, the pinga hats, you know. That's what I do every time I go to, and even same thing when I went to Washington. When I go to different states, I try to take, like, hats, a couple shorts, a couple shirts if I have them on deck. And, you know, I just give them out to everybody, you know, planting that seed everywhere I go.
Yeah, dude.
And, you know, and a lot of those people that were in front of Washington, D.C., a lot of them weren't from Washington. Some of them were from, like, Louisiana. So people, they go back to where they're from, and then
they rock it.
Planting those seeds little by little, bro.
They rock it. They look up the pinga and they're like, "Damn, what's this?" And they see the word the pinga, and then they see right under it the pinga entertainment.
Yeah, and then you know, and then they're all like, you know, they find out who I am, and then they see that I do music, and then, you know, it all trickles down, bro. So that's why any artist, man, that, you know, is taking themselves serious, man, make your own merch. If your name is G-Rad, bro, make that G-Rad merch. You know, even if it's just your name, bro. Like.
Always.
Do that, you know. It's possible. Like I said, people want to. If you want people to support you, you got to give them a reason. So, you know, I'm telling you, you make the merch, as long as it looks decent, presentable, people are gonna go crazy over it, bro.
I mean, hey, man, not to slight you or anything, but to play devil's advocate, I don't think that pinga is that, like, presentable either.
Yeah, I know.
I told you, bro. My mom was like, "His name is Mr. The Pinga," and I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's pretty cool, I guess."
Well, one of my alter egos.
But, like, you know, if I showed that shit to the, you know, rest in peace, if I showed that shit to my grandma would have been like, "Hey, esa camisa? ¿Qué es eso, man?"
Nah, trust me, I deal with it myself. I have people in my family that are like, you know, they like scoff at it. You know, they look at it kind of like weird. My grandma wasn't like too crazy over it at the beginning,
and now I've seen her rocking the hats.
Yeah. But now she's like cool about it, because she see I'm like turning it into a business. You know, I'm not out here like doing some like wild stuff, and she see I'm really doing it, taking it serious with the music. So she knows it's kind of wild, but, you know, bro, look, my cousin, shout out my cousin Pilad. But she has her own business. It's for the ladies, but her brand is called Puteria XO.
That's awesome.
So, dog, I swear.
XO,
shout out Puteria XO. And, bro, I'm telling you, as long as it's presentable, and she has super great clothes for the ladies. So, man, as long as it's presentable, bro. You know, right now, this is just like the basic design, like the OG one. But right here, this is like a super exclusive one that had dropped. It's sold out. Oh, my bad. But this is a super exclusive one that had dropped. It's sold out. But
you got the chain on and everything.
Yeah, the pinga chain. And but new designs coming out for the merch for like shirts coming out soon. The hoodies are coming out soon.
Bro, let me
Just
know.
regular hoodies, just with that bingo on it. But for the winter season to keep you cozy.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
Nice in the bingo.
Let me know when that shit drops, bro. We'll throw it up on the podcast and stuff.
Dale,
Throw it up, bro. I'll probably cop one with Rocket here. Rocket here, just be like, yo, where'd you get that shirt? Where'd you get that? I'll be like, yo, it's the Pinga, dog.
The bingo entertainment.
It's the Pinga, dude. La cosa de Pinga, bro.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about Cairo, bro. Cairo had a lot of good words to say about you when he was
Bro,
here.
hey, Cairo, he's an amazing producer. He's an amazing artist, engineer, and man, we got some stuff. We got some stuff out now. We got Cafecito. That's a song we dropped. It's a video. It's out now on YouTube. Shot by Dad, filmed it. We got an EP on the way. Tranquilo que la cosa está de pinga. We're working on it right now. We already got one song done, and it's a super stupid banger. And we got a few more songs to do, and it'll be done. It'll be done before 2022.
Bro,
That's for sure.
He told me, bro. He's like, dude, I didn't want to fucking produce. I just wanted straight bars with my boy Nick, and like, bro, I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. I like seeing when people can take a specific moniker, because he told us he was talking about how he came up with Tranquilo. He came out with the song. Then people were calling him Tranquilo. And like it fits. It fits because he's very like low key, down to earth, like one of the more down to earth people that I've met like in the studio. And then he brought you up, and I was like, yo, that's the dog. And when he said that you guys were making the EP, I was like super happy about it. Because bro, I feel like with your rapping style, I feel like you're a little bit more like, I don't want to say aggressive, but like for
No,
lack of a
definitely
better,
aggressive.
yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, yo, we took it to the top. You just mad because you not like, yo, that shit. I was like, dude, this is hard. The King of Kendall 2 mixtape was hard, or the album was hard. And when I heard Tranquilo and I heard Tranquilo Radio Volume 1, it was more him like toning down and saying like, yo, this is more instrumental. This is the boom bap. This is what, this is kind of like just like for you to vibe to.
Yeah. That one was just showing people like, I feel like for that was just like his beat tape, but that shit was stupid crazy, bro.
It shows a sense
And
of
he was
versatility.
showing, he was showing people like, yo, I could give you a tape of like me producing it myself and rapping on it myself and engineering it myself, and I could actually give you a tape too of my beats myself, so you go vibe out to. So it's like the best of both worlds.
Do you ever see yourself like going into like other venues like that? Like, are you just rapping right now, or would you ever see yourself like getting into producing? Do you ever see yourself getting into anything else? Along that area.
I would like to get into producing, but I feel like more like later on and maybe in my career, because like right now I just like, because all those things, like we all have time, but they all take time, like learning how to produce and really like mix and master yourself really good. And just right now I just want to be super focused on like just like on my artistry, super focused on just like working like making songs and like the visuals and the merch, because like if I start trying to learn how to produce right now, I'm not even gonna want to rap.
You're taking away time from that.
Yeah. So I'm just going to want to focus on that. I'm going to still do the merch, but I'm not going to want to rap. So, I like working with, like I said, I love working with Cairo. Shout out my boy G Nautica, Trop. I like working with a lot of producers. Nixon on the track, bro. A lot of producers, bro. I just like working with producers, at least right now. They flood me. We work how we work. If I got to pay for production, I'll do it. And that's how I like doing it right now. For a minute. For a minute, I haven't produced myself. Like, now's when I started getting into like recording myself. This year I got a little studio set up. Shout out to homie Doja Beats. He helped me set it up. And holla at him if you need your studio set up, any beats, all that stuff, good stuff. But I set it up. He helped me set it up, and I've been recording a lot more lately. My mixes are not like, I don't even mix it, but it's been going good for me, because like a lot of people overthink shit, and I dropped I dropped a tape called the Pinga Cyrus, because like one of the songs I had my boy sample Party in the USA, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna call the tape this, and I just did 3 songs of just me, 3 different songs, just like rapping, just straight bars, no hook. And bro, I dropped that shit, and like fucking people in Belgium are fucking with that shit, so I'm like, what the fuck, I recorded that shit myself. So I thought that it didn't sound like the greatest, but somebody else is gonna be like, yo, this shit fucking sounds awesome.
Yeah. The people that are drinking this beer over there.
Yeah, they fuck with the A. Shout out Germany, Belgium.
Hey, shout out just because I'm
I yinger.
Yeah,
I yinger.
I Ingrid, private priority. No, shouts out to Snails for the recommendation. Honestly, this is gas.
Hey, shout out Snail. Shout out
Authentic
Snails.
Bavarian Festival Lager. I felt like Oktoberfest was fitting for the fall. You feel me? We're
Yeah.
gonna get to the fall now.
We're
so
right now. So
Motherfucker.
tomorrow is what's that song again?
wake up, wake up. Oh, do you remember? Yo, yeah, just bro. Take that, bro. Run with it, mate, man. Have Trop make a beat about
Yeah, or,
sampling September and shit.
or sample that shit. I could have him flip that.
How's Trop been doing, bro? I haven't.
Bro, he's doing his thing, bro. Working with Ross, man. He's he's doing his thing, bro. He's working like crazy. We've dropped like mad crazy work this year.
Tammy and Kendall,
That was last year.
Yeah, I remember
we dropped
that.
Tammy and Kendall last year.
That's more or less where we had that interview. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember you were in the studio
Working on it, or
Yeah,
it was done already.
I think it was already done. You guys were
Okay,
just in the
okay.
studio, bro. That was like, honestly, it was funny to me because like we're here now, man. We're here now. We're in the studio and shit.
And how much more has come out? Like this
Bro.
year, we dropped. If you haven't checked it out, I dropped the whole EP. You know who Danny Towers is?
Yes.
I have a whole EP with Danny
Yeah.
Towers. It's produced by Trop, and I dropped something else too not too long ago. I think it was like last month. Yeah, it was last month. With one of Trippie Red's artists, Chris King.
Nice.
I dropped a song with him. It's produced by Trop. And bro, like my homie G Nautica, he's going crazy too. He has an album on the way. Forgot what he's calling his album, but G Nautica, just know he has an album on the way. And we got a song with Peso on it. Peso's from Texas. He's doing his thing. He's pretty big, and that one's gonna be a banger. It's about to drop anytime soon, and yeah, you know, the homie Nixon, he put in crazy work. Nixon on the track. We have a song on King of Kendall 2. The album is called Benz. It's just straight bars. There's no hook, but that song is a banger. We have mad songs, you know, out right now. Me and Nixon been working for a minute, and yeah, bro, we just been locked in with a lot of producers, bro. A lot.
What would you say is your like main? I don't want to say influence because I feel like more recently, I feel like people now have. Come in. What's going on?
Hey,
We got that girl Nina in the building.
I'm like, damn, I don't want to cut him off, but I know he's gonna say something good.
Don't
so I'm
worry,
gonna get in.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's a great
What's going on?
introduction.
Que hola. Damn. All right, cool. But I guess like in terms of like influences and stuff like that, what would you say is where would you say is like your biggest influence? Because I guess what I was saying was more recently I feel like people have decided to like, oh, I'm myself.
Yeah.
But you can't really make art without having some sort of frame of reference to come back to. I mean, realistically, bro, like when I was rapping, when I was just like dabbling and writing and stuff like that, I never really had anybody that I could pinpoint to, but I would always try to make my art or my rhymes like Nas or you know, like Jay-Z, like deep, powerful lyrics that, you know, I was writing from the heart and stuff. You got me? Like when people rap like Cairo said it the other day with Currency. He's like, bro, I love Currency because he's a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Like Action Bronson, Renaissance man. Like these guys rap about what they live. What would you say is like one of the artists that
I'm
you
not
look at?
gonna lie, like kind of like the same thing. I really looked up, like, you know, in high school, like what made me really want to get into rapping and like want to make songs was like a lot of Wiz, you know, Wiz Khalifa, that Currency, that Mac Miller era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, them boy and Nipsey, you know, Nipsey, they came out at the same time. So yeah, you know, they really like influenced me. Definitely with the music and the sound, you know. And real life raps. They were rapping what they live, you know. Wiz, you know, I liked it because like he wasn't. I remember me. I've always been a major fucking stoner. I am, and since I remember in middle school, people would like, you know, like, oh, you smoke marijuana, look like I'm injecting heroin and shit. and then when I got to high school, it was like cool to be a stoner. I was like, whatever, fuck. And fucking, I remember I had one kid, he was like, oh, you're going to be a drug addict. Yeah. And then, like, not me, but maybe someone I know was selling them weed. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, what the hell? I thought I was going to be a drug addict. Now you buying this shit.
Now you're stopping on Bird on 137 of fucking
Buy my album.
motherfucker.
Oh, that audio dope. And, but literally the pinga. But nah, that happens. You know, it's the circle of life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I liked Wiz, because he wasn't afraid to be like, yo, I'm smoking out. This is who I am. Major stoner. Same shit with Currency. You know, a lot of people would try to put them in a box, be like, oh, they're weed rappers. But, you know, they're just like living what they talk about. And little do they know, well, not Currency and Wiz, because they knew that, but there's fucking the the fan base for stoners. You know how many stoners there are out there in the world?
Course,
A
man.
lot. Hello.
Of course, man. It's crazy, man. You say like they tried categorizing them. Like now you have people like Griselda, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine.
Conway. Yeah,
you get Freddie Gibbs, and they label that coke rap because they just let.
Yeah, because that's all they rap about. But that people like real people call that real hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I saw Conway this past weekend. Literally, I saw him on Saturday. That's where I got the edibles from. It was a weed event. It was super dip. A dip. Fuck that shit probably hitting me.
That edible's hitting you now.
but dog, that shit was super dope. And seeing him perform and whatever, bro. A lot of people say that because that's what they rap about. But I'm not gonna say they do that because I don't, whatever. But it's what they grew up around,
It's what
I
they
thought
saw.
that's why I named the EP Florida with Danny Towers, because we're both from Florida, and one thing Florida has in common is fucking selling cocaine.
Yeah.
And I'm literally gonna talk about it because literally go to Netflix, Siri, look up,
Cocaine Cowboys,
Cocaine Kings, Willie Falcone, and Sal Magooda. That's all like Miami stuff, but. It's a product of my environment. It's where I'm from, so I got to talk about that. So when people look up my music or hear it, they'll be like, oh, shit, he's really from Miami. He's really talking about this shit. Like, damn. I've never partaken in none of those activities, but I'm just letting people know, like, yo, this is what I come from. This is my city. Like, you see Brickell, you see Miami Beach. That shit's built off fucking blood money and crazy shit.
It's called Brickell for a reason, brother.
Yeah. So exactly,
It's called Brickell for a reason, dude.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
dude, you're definitely, like, honestly speaking, you're definitely one of the rappers that I've seen come out of Miami that, bro, there's always going to be trick daddies for like a certain city, right?
Yes, sir.
There's always going to be like those rappers that rep Miami hard as fuck. I feel like you've taken it a step further or just a step more inside, and you're like, I'm from fucking Kendall, bro.
Yeah.
I'm king of Kendall, baby.
Yeah, because like I said, like how I had to tell you, nobody really, there's no, like I said, you could look it up, but nobody, like there was other artists. I'm not going to like put them down, that they have dropped tapes about like Kendall and stuff like that, and shout out to them. But nobody has really like made the splash that I'm making, and like and making the statements and like taking Kendall to where, as in music wise.
Yeah, have you heard of Prince of Kendall?
That's a thing.
Yo, Raul, do me a favor. Can you look up Prince of Kendall? So,
Oh, he's a rapper.
no, he's not a rapper.
Oh, I was like, oh fuck.
On the podcast?
Huh? Yeah. Look up Prince.
And also, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go get her beer right after, okay?
No, that's fine. I just no, it's not a rapper or anything. It's just it's a guy. His name's Prince of Kendall.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, like, do you follow UFC? Do you follow sports and shit like
Oh,
that? Like MMA?
no.
All right, so
That's dope. Okay,
so
okay, cool.
The welterweight champion right now, Kamaru Usman, the only fight that he ever lost, I think, amateur, was against this kid, Prince of Kendall.
And he's from Kendall.
He's from Kendall. I think
he used his advantage because people are gonna be like, oh, he think he could hard because he's from Kendall,
Bro,
and it's not being hard. But maybe if he trained hard enough, he could probably be from Kendall and still beat
found
the.
it right here. Yeah, Jose Caceres, the fresh Prince of Kendall.
Damn.
Dude,
I'm just gonna be right back.
You're
Yeah,
Gucci, you're Gucci.
I'm
You're
glad-
Gucci.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, and he's smart because, like I said, they use that Fresh Prince of Kendall. So when people see him in the fight, they're like, "Oh, he from Kendall. I heard that shit sweet." Yeah. You could be from anywhere and be sweet, but he probably trained his ass off, and then now he's whooping motherfuckers' ass.
Bro, he never look.
It's dope. What's his name again?
Jose, the fresh Prince of Kendall Caceres.
Jose Caceres. Shout out to him,
Bro, I'm 15 wins, 11 losses. Not much of a career there, but I mean, bro, he beat the fucking welterweight champion of the world right now in the UFC.
And that's a big thing,
That's a
especially.
huge thing.
Damn, I'm glad that you learn something new every day.
That's the guy that just knocked out Masvidal a couple months ago. That's the guy that just knocked out Masvidal brutally. I don't know if you saw that shit.
Oh yeah. That he like his neck.
Bro, his neck
ankle.
twisted. He
No,
fell
but
down.
didn't he break it? No, that was some. No,
No,
that
that
was
was McGregor.
That was McGregor.
That was McGregor's.
Yeah, that fight was zipping. I was like, when I see shit like that, I'm a little girl. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, I can't see that shit. I can't see that stuff. Especially with those fights, man. Like, I feel like on World Star and shit, you used to see
I
that
don't know.
shit
I
all
feel
the time.
like I like MMA and all that stuff, but I feel like people that love it, which is not, I'm not against it or anything, but people, if you love that shit, you just like to choose violence.
Yeah, of course.
But don't get me wrong. Whatever.
Well,
I like watching. I'm just saying. I'm like super crazy over it.
Bro, you'd be surprised, man. I feel like there's a lot of people right now that I feel like when they watch when they like, yo, can just make sure to focus the cameras too, because the cameras last time that happened, I think it like out focused or some shit. All right, but no, what I was telling you was I feel like a lot of people that have like found like peace in MMA, I feel like a lot of them are like down to earth as fuck, like super down. Like they really like. It's exactly like I feel like it's exactly what you're saying. Like they wake up today and they chose violence, but they're actually like super.
No, I'm
chill.
saying the people that consume it. But
Yeah.
who the fuck doesn't like seeing somebody beat this shit? I like, unfortunately.
Yeah. Bro,
I sound so bad saying that.
I used to think like I loved basketball when I was growing up. Basketball was like my number one love, and then I used to when I started like watching, I was like, bro, this is like a spectacle. This is like the most athletic people in the world that are using their skills to like, you know, do what they do, play basketball. But then I started watching fighting. Fighting became a thing for me, and I was like, no, this is a spectacle.
Yeah, because you gotta really know how to like
These are
attack your
fucking
opponent and
gladiators,
shit.
bro. These are gladiators just going in on each other, and the whole world is watching.
So sometimes I think I'm like, yo, if you try to rob an MMA fighter, bro, you're fucked.
Well, that should happen. That should happen a couple weeks ago.
And what he do to the robber?
He
Fucked
knocked him out.
up?
He
Fuck
knocked him
yes.
out. Legit, Derek Lewis, bro. If you see this guy, they call him the Black Beast. Huge guy.
Well, they tried robbing him at like an ATM or some shit.
They tried robbing his car. They tried breaking into his car.
Well, he was in it, or he like saw it happen.
He was in the park. It looked like if he was like in tropical park type shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And he got back to his car. Some guy was trying to break into his truck, and he knocked him out. And his big thing is because he's kind of big on social media. He'll put like people getting hurt, and then his caption is like, "Oh, he's okay. He's okay." So when he knocked the dude out, and the cops were there, he took a picture of the guy in the cop car, and he was like, "He's okay."
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's insane to see. It's insane to see how people will find that kind of like solace with what it is that they do. And man, like I guess like I'm in that position now where like I've found peace in like doing this shit. You feel me? And bro, with you doing with what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you.
That's why I feel like when I make albums and like I'm making music at the studio, I feel like everybody has like their own way of thinking, but I feel like I'm at peace because I love making, this is like what I love doing. So anytime I'm making music, I'm in the studio. I feel like that's like you know, like if whatever being high is like on a drug or whatever, I feel like anytime I'm in the studio working on music or I'm in the booth locked in my crib, that's what being high is.
And it's you.
And I love being in the studio. When I'm creating albums, I don't feel like there's no pressure or nothing like that. At the end of the day, I'm not signing no label. I'm signing myself. So I'm not forced to no obligations. I'm independent. So I'm having fun with it. So that's why I feel
the best, bro.
So I'm happy every time. I go through stuff as a human, as we all do. But I enjoy every time I'm in the studio, I'm happy.
Yeah, bro. I'm the same way. I feel like, bro. I don't know if you've tuned into like any of the other podcasts and stuff, but bro, like I lost my job. The next day I broke up with my girl, and like literally I have not had more fun in the studio since like.
Yeah, because you could have all those things
escape.
happen, and then you come here and you're not,
It's an escape. It's an escape at the end of the day. It's just me coming into this room and being like, all right, I got work to do. Like, what am I gonna work on? What can I make better? And like that's what this is, bro. That's like it's just an escape. Everybody has to have that one place to like lose themselves and not fucking worry about the rest of the world. For me, it's this. For me, it's like when I'm watching The Sopranos and shit, and I'm just like tuned into The Sopranos, and I'm like, bro, nothing is gonna fucking bother me right now. Nothing's gonna.
Someone knocks on the door, like, relax. I'm doing something.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor and just like, can it wait a couple minutes until the episode is over? I need to see what's gonna happen to Christopher. You get me? Like shit like that, bro. Shit
The
like
ending of The Sopranos would like forever like fuck
bro,
up.
don't
my
spoil
life.
it for me. Don't spoil it. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it.
My bad. I thought you were like one of those people like me that like watch a whole season of stuff or like
I will,
and then like rewatch it again. Like,
I will. I'll definitely do that. But like, I haven't gotten to.
No, just keep.
I'm on season 4 right now, so I'm like, I'm into it.
It's awesome, bro. Sopranos is
It's
awesome.
a fucking great show.
And then sometimes it's crazy watching shows like that came out in like the very late 90s and early 2000s. It makes you feel like when you're watching the show, it makes you feel like you're living in that time.
Yeah, dude. It also makes me feel like, bro, like, why the fuck did I miss this? And it's like, because I was 5.
I know, but you know what's crazy about that? My dad, I used to watch stand-up with him when I was a kid, and I used to get fucking pissed off. I'd be like, Bobby, like, can you change this, please? Like, I don't want to watch it. I don't understand. And he'd be high off his ass, just, like, cracking up at this guy talking. I'm like, I don't understand this shit. And you know what my favorite thing is right now?
Stand-up.
Fucking love stand-up comedy.
Love stand-up, bro.
I love it.
Dude,
I love it.
I've actually caught myself in the last, like, year and a half go to the Improv more than I have my entire life.
There's one here in Doral in the city center. That's what it's called, right?
City Place,
my bad.
That's the one I've been going to, bro. And I've seen, like, my favorite comedians in the past.
I forgot
year and a
who
half.
I saw, bro, but it was some guy that came out in a movie, though. But it was pretty funny.
Yeah?
But it was some guy that came out in a movie.
There's so many of those guys.
fuck,
yeah,
man.
I'm supposed to see fucking Segura in a week. Tom Segura, or not in a week, in a month.
Okay,
In October and shit. But bro, like I get you, man. Like, and I have a very like profound respect for comedians because they're the kind of people that go up on stage and say whatever the fuck it is that they want to say,
That's why I love
regardless
them.
of whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Well, don't go to a comedy show if you're easily offended.
exactly,
Stay home.
It's bro. It's like I'm gonna go on a rant, but for me personally, the one people I hate the most. I mean, I can go off on cancel culture the whole day, but the one thing I hate the most is those people that are like, oh, I can't fucking stand this person. I don't like this person because of what it is that they rap about, and it's like, then turn it the fuck off. Like, there's 1,000 other people that are gonna listen to this person. Like, you don't have to be one person out of the,
I'm not gonna lie though, I fucked up like on my album, dog. I made a song about, like not about him, but I was like on the hook. I'm like, my ice dancing, I just landed in they say that I'm crazy like Marilyn Manson. I got a group of bitches butt naked in a mansion. My ice. That's the hook. And then like I saw this shit about Kanye and like him using Marilyn Manson. And then you see like not too long ago, there's like a girl that was like he was like accused of like doing like all types of crazy shit, like holding her away from her family, threatening to kill her. I was like, fuck, I made a song about this fucking guy in my fucking album. So for everybody that's listening, I didn't know, because I know some of you are gonna take it serious and think that I'm like Marilyn Manson's best friend.
bro, who fucking cares?
Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck.
Like God rest his soul. You think Mac Miller was like, I'm sorry for making that song, Donald Trump?
No,
I'm
hell no,
to all
he's
you
not
PC
sorry.
people that
I'm not sorry for making the song, but I'm just letting y'all know, we respect women on this side.
No, of course we respect women, but
Yes,
it's
sir.
just it's about respecting like each other's freedoms to make that kind of art. Like,
yeah, like I said, like saying whatever the fuck we want, like fucking, like, Eminem, like, hi kids, do you want to stick 9-inch fingernails in your eyelids?
Yeah.
Like, for a lot of kids, but like people didn't know that 9-inch fingernails was a band, it's just a metaphor.
yeah.
So music is just music,
It's music, man, and it's what goes back to what we were talking about, man. It's an outlet. It's an outlet for ourselves, for people to just tune out, man. Like, there was a point in time where I was literally, speaking of Eminem, I was literally just smoking every night, and I would put in my headphones, and I promise you, my dumbass brain would just legit feel as if, like the outlets, if there was an outlet right here on the side of my brain on like the temple, and it was just getting a fucking plug, and Eminem was plugging himself into my head, and I was listening to his lyrics, and like that was like the deepest I ever listened to music, because I was always like just dissecting the lyrics, listening to those lyrics, and like replaying it over and over and over again. And for me personally, like, bro, a lot of people at that time, and even I guess up until now, they'll consider those lyrics offensive or brash and stuff like that. And like for me, bro,
Nas just had him on his album on King's. If you haven't heard
King's.
it, on King's Disease, and Nas is not gonna put Eminem on his album like just because he sells or nothing like that. He's putting Nas is Nas.
it's artistic integrity, and it's appreciating that artistic integrity. Like, bro, I mean, not to relate it to what we're doing here, but it's like, bro, if I didn't respect you, I wouldn't have you here. You get me?
Yes, sir, of course.
But like, of course, I have the utmost respect for you. You're here now, and like, it just goes back to like, bro, if I see something on Twitter, someone on Twitter, right, and they're like, oh, hey, I'd love to come on Culture and Collage. Oh, man, your show's so cool. I would love to have you guys. I saw you guys had Mr. The Pinga and that girl, Like, if that was the kind of thing, it's like, all right, like, hey, who is this person? Let me do my research. Who is this person? And if they're just some random Joe that's like, I don't know, not doing anything or like not interesting, it's like, I'm not gonna do it. Like,
yeah,
for
of
me,
course.
like,
So I get you what you're saying. So Nas isn't just gonna like get somebody that is not.
You get me?
And that, bro, I'm telling you that I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was a stan. Like that. Going a little backtrack to one of those questions that you asked, like who inspired me, I definitely could say Eminem. So I remember I was watching 8 Mile. I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, bro.
I grew up, I would be fucking anybody that knows. I've said it in plenty of other interviews, but I grew up battling, like rap battling, especially in Dolphin.
Damn, okay.
So then like, it would be
those
ciphers,
Dolphin days.
and then in the back, like where the stairs are and all that shit, we would always be in the back right there smoking and ciphering and battling and all that shit.
Bro, those
That's
Dolphin
what I grew
days
up
were
doing.
something, huh?
Yeah, bro. It
Those
was lit.
Dolphin days, bro. We used to go in. People were wearing the fucking Elmo t-shirts with Jordans and like the matching snapbacks.
Man, I remember I had no swag back then, and my bro, I did not at all, bro. And bro, I remember my brother was all about like swag, wearing Jordans, looking right. And I remember one day Like my homie was he's a bigger, you know, he's bigger. And I was just like hanging out at his house. I was like, we were skaters. I was a skate rat, just skating all day, all sweaty, and I didn't have no clothes. He's like, oh fuck it, we're going to Dolphin. And I just wore whatever the fuck he gave me some clothes. I was legit, mind you, I was like 13, 14. And I didn't want to go back to my house, and he gave me some clothes, and I wore whatever. And then my brother saw me. He was just so disappointed. He's like,
how could you wear this triple XL
I was
T-shirt?
like, yo, I don't care.
But
I've never, but even then now, like, I like, you know, I could go and dress out nice, but me, I just rather wear my own stuff or like local stuff like Trio 5, LLX, Kendall Supply, Eccentric. If you look in my closet, I just like have mostly just like local stuff.
Man, I'm telling you, I feel like our generation right now is the most creative. And it goes back to what I was talking about with Danny when he was here. I feel like now it's a lot easier to be those creatives. I feel like it's a lot easier to be that person that makes T-shirts or just makes hoodies. Like, I feel like right now it's never been easier. Because
there's a lot more resources available, man.
Because, man, you got the internet. The internet is the biggest thing. You go to internet, there's like 20 different websites on how to make T-shirts or how to, like, distribute T-shirts.
Yeah, and learn how to use Photoshop, maybe to make your own designs and stuff like that.
You get me? It's not like before where it's like, oh, I have to sketch. I mean, I guess now you still can, but, like,
yeah,
it's not like before where you had to, like, oh, I got to sketch out this art. I got to sketch out this print on what I want.
Yeah, so, like, it makes me think, like, man, imagine, like, me, if I was born in the 90s, I wonder how, like, you know, the Pinga merch would have went about. Like, I wonder, like, the processes I would have had to go through. Obviously, we didn't have the internet. We did have the internet, but it wasn't as advanced back then. But I wonder, like, maybe I would have had to be more hands-on. I would have probably had to have, like, a graffiti artist or like an artist make my design. Then I don't know what else would happen because I wasn't alive in that time. But it would be interesting to know, like, maybe meet a OG designer that has been, like, you know, maybe somebody that works with name a company has been around for a while.
Fubu.
Or maybe Fubu. Like maybe how or Fila or something like that. But like Fubu. Yeah, like Fubu because it's like streetwear. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Fubu.
Right? Crazy.
So that was a big splash.
And then, like, bro, if you take that that like frame of reference and you're like, okay, like, damn, how would it be like in the 90s? Look at your rap, man. Rap is popping off at that point.
Yeah.
Like now, yeah, you have a lot more rappers trying to be rappers, and you have a lot more people. I'm sure you can go on YouTube and find some random dude.
There's a stat, but I forgot it is. But every day there's a song like probably like hundreds of thousands of songs uploaded because of the internet.
Even with podcasting, bro, dude, in the last 2 years has had like 2 million podcasts come up, and you know, we're one of them. We're trying to, you know, but the whole thing is to try to make yourself different, to differentiate yourself from, from everyone else. You feel me? That's why, like, bro, I honestly have no qualms about making Culture and Collage something like about me. Like, this is an extension of me. You get me? Like, I love having people that I could talk to. I love having people that, like, I can talk to that I don't know and get to know them a little bit better. Nina's over there. But, you know, the one thing that I like doing is also, like, photoshopping pictures and shit. So, like, one of the things that I did for Danny and Nick were that I made us in the Millennium Falcon. So it was me in the Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca next to me, and then behind us was Danny and Nicholas Floyd, and we're in the Millennium Falcon, and we're just chilling, and like that was like a promo thing.
Okay.
For her, I was gonna do us and like the Mariel boat lifts and shit, or like even at Washington DC just chilling and shit. I had my own little idea for you, but I wasn't gonna put it out there yet. I wanted to surprise you with it.
I like surprises.
But you know, it's just that kind of like. It's that kind of differentiating that I feel like now it's necessary, because back then in the day, you know, if you look at the 90s rappers and you look at the early 2000s rappers, a lot of them are different, but they're the same. Like, you could obviously tell me who's Wu-Tang. You could obviously tell me who's A Tribe Called Quest. You could tell me who's Nas and Jay-Z and stuff like that. But a lot of them kind of fit into that same circle where they're like, oh, they have that same New York sound. Whereas to today, you could be from Miami, you can have a Miami sound, or you can not have a Miami sound. Yeah. You know? And I feel like, bro, with you, I like your music because I feel like it's definitely repping Miami, but it's not Miami. It's not like, I guess, like Denzel Curry, for lack of a better, lack of a better like reference, I guess, or like even with Trick Daddy and shit like that. Like Trick Daddy, bro, all Miami and stuff like that, but that's more lyrical.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more
do you want a shot of coffee? That might be kind of cold.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever.
Straight Kuwicha, brother. Straight Kuwicha. That's what I like about it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you were saying?
Fuck, I lost track for a second. The bingo. He said coffee. I was like, wait. Oh my bad. I laughed at one. I was like, damn. I thought it was behind me. Damn, can you say that again? My bad.
No, we were just talking about the different like rapping styles, about like, you know, lyrical content, Miami, you know, just like that.
Oh yeah, that I feel like I'm more diverse. Like I rep like everything, you know. Like I could do like the English and Spanish, you know, and then I'm always repping Miami. But I feel like I'm always like, that's why people be like sometimes like, that cup is like mad flimsy. Don't worry, I'll take the pack. Put it on the double cup. Double coffee.
Double sip and a double cup.
I'm getting cafecito up. Hey,
Cheers, brother.
Shout out Isla Canaria.
Shout out Isla Canaria. There we go. Got some coquetas in there a little while ago too. Oof. Yeah, cold colada. It's horrible.
Culture and cold coladas.
Culture.
But yeah, bro, I feel like I'm super universal. I feel like I'm universal. Like, you can't put me in a bubble. That's why, like, a lot of people from New York fuck with me, because they'd be like, dang, you be spitting like you from New York. You know, like, when I want to spit, when I get on that aggressive shit, you know, because that's what I grew up on that super rap and cypher shit, you know, so.
It's funny, though, man. You tell me aggressive, super rap and shit.
I could be laid back. I was
listening
chilling
to 5 a.m.
and then 5 a.m. is like
it's
like an R&B type of record. You know, that's why I'm super, like, you know, no one could put me in a bubble. You know, I'm just like a splash. I'm everything.
What are your plans for the Pinga Entertainment? Do you want it to just be merch? Do you want it to just be rapping?
I'm actually I want to sign a producer. I want to sign a rapper, but I want to sign somebody who's serious, you know, like serious like me. You know, like who's willing to, you know, always be dropping, consistent, you know, I'm going to sign a producer soon. We locked in already, but you know, I'm just waiting to make things more official. You know, but I want to get them. I want to get anybody that signed the Pinga, you know, Entertainment. I want to get them a the Pinga chain like me, and yeah, bro. You know, just make them a part of the team. But that's what I want to do. I want to start signing artists, because I feel like I could be a good A&R. Tell people what to do, what not to do. It's not like I've gotten any platinum hits or anything like that yet, but I just feel like I could guide people in a good direction.
You're in a step that a lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
And I think what it's like, bro. I tell these guys all the time. There's no such thing as a specific formula to success, but there are certain things in that formula that remain the same. There's certain constants, and it's like there's consistency.
Consistency is definitely one of them.
Dedication, there's passion. Like me personally, I'll tell you this much, man. Like I don't consistently drop my podcast episodes too much. Like I'll give it a week or two, you know, in between. But regardless, like, you know, I'm still creating that sense of like urgency. Like like Raul helps me out a lot, where he's like, yo, hey, come on, man, look, like I want to shoot for your show. I wanted to have fun with your show. And I appreciate that shit to the fullest, because like for me personally, I don't see it as much of I don't put that much urgency into it. It's not much of like a priority to me, because like, not that it isn't, but I tend to I'm more laid back with it, bro. I'm more go with the flow. That's just my thing. But
because you don't want to force, like, try to go like, oh damn, who do I need to get this week and stuff like that. Like try to force things, you know. So I understand you. Same thing with music. Like sometimes I go crazy, like doing a lot of music. Sometimes you need to just like, you know, like one thing I always say, you definitely need to be consistent, put in work, but you always gotta have like, what is it like when you work too much? You need that work mental.
I guess like just a break. I guess,
a little break. In other words, you need to give yourself a break. But bro, consistent consistent has definitely, to wherever I'm at right now, that's what's taking me there. Being consistent.
I feel like it's harder for you, man. Honestly, and I mean, I'm gonna use this one example for my case, but like, man, you could work all day, all night on a specific verse, and then, bro, all of a sudden, Kanye West just drops your verse from the album.
No, I know. I don't know why he did that, bro. I don't
Fucking
know.
asshole. What the fuck is up with Kanye West?
No. Just joking, bro. I just seize an opportunity, just like I always do with everything off the internet, using it to my advantage. And then I saw that Kanye dropped a lot of artists' verses off the album. And I just tweeted it out. I was like, you know, just being funny, you know, shout out Kanye. I don't hate on nobody at all. And I was just like, yo, Kanye, why you take my verse off the album? The tweet went kind of crazy.
The funniest thing is that everybody else starts retweeting it, and they're like, bro, why the fuck are you going to take, how fucked up is Kanye West for taking your verse off of Donda?
And then I made a song called Ye Took My Verse, and it's dropping this Friday, the same day as CLB, as Drake and all them. And yeah, you know, it is tough, you know, sometimes I drop in an album and then like Drake drops or something like that. I'm like, But whatever, you know, you gotta, you know, these are the people that are dropping, and I feel like I'm as, like, you know, I feel like I'm as dope as them, and I gotta be playing with them too, you know.
If you don't put yourself in that level, who will?
Yeah, you know,
get
it's
me?
like, and if,
Yeah.
it's like, in other words, if you don't believe in yourself and take yourself that serious, nobody's gonna be like, nah, this guy's not Mr. Piña King of Candle. Like, what the fuck is he? So I feel like I was like, you know, it may not be the craziest track, but I was like, yo, like last night, I was just like, yo, took advantage of it, saw opportunity, and even then today, before I came here, I did another track, and I'm uploading it. It's dropping on the 2nd. You know, I just want to be like on their neck, like, yo, y'all dropping, I'm dropping too. You know, even though I've dropped like 20 plus songs in 2021. And what I shouldn't be dropping anymore, but then when I tell myself that, I'm like, what do you mean you shouldn't be dropping? What the fuck you smoking, dude?
Yeah, dude, you do whatever you fucking.
Yeah,
like, you feel
that's
like
what I'm saying.
You feel like you do whatever you should be doing at that time, bro. Like,
And it's crazy because sometimes I'm like, oh, I should relax, and then when I see this happening, and then I'm like, you know, whatever, fuck it, I shouldn't.
why the fuck not? Why not, bro. Like, honestly, man, it goes back to what we were saying, bro. Like, just have fun with it, dog. Just have fun with it.
Yeah, and that's how all these little fun bangers come out, because like I feel like in the mood and inspired, and I'm like, oh, fuck it. Because I do get some people sometimes when you, like, force yourself to be in the studio, like, you know, not force yourself, but, like, you know, when you have, like, a writer's block and, you know, it could be a little stressful because, you know, you're there, you don't know what to come up with. So, you know, we all have our days, bro.
Well, one of the things that I remember Raul said to Cairo was that if you find yourself in the studio all day, every day, the only thing you're going to be able to rap about is, like, the studio. So I feel like what we were talking about, the whole thing of like taking a break, taking a step back.
That's why you need to live life,
It
literally,
makes
like
sense.
go
It
through
makes sense.
things. You
Yeah,
know,
man,
that's why.
Because bro, if you just if I live in this studio, the only thing I'm gonna have to talk to you about is the studio. You get me?
Facts.
But like, if I go out, if I go to the club, some shit happens to me, I can take that and use it here.
Well, that's what stand-up comics do, man. That's what
you feel
bro.
me?
And they use their everyday lives. Like, there was this stand-up comic, bro. He said this joke that I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna be that annoying guy. But like, bro, it just stuck with me. It was not because it's like women are like this, but it's because just I have an uncle that he loves saying cheesy jokes to my aunt, and she just gets pissed off. And but what the comedian said, he's like, oh, after being with my wife for a couple of years, she, like, you know, she's come out and she's told me she's bisexual. And, like, you know, with her being bisexual, meaning that, like, she only gets sexual for him when he buys her something. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But he took that from his life.
From his experiences with his wife. From his experiences of not getting pussy with his wife. Unless she buys him something.
And then,
unless he buys her something.
So, but, nah, bro. It was probably just a joke. It probably wasn't real. Maybe it was probably real because comedians, like I said, they use real life things. Like, just like with Kevin Hart when he was saying, his son told him he was asking his son for the password to unlock his phone, and his son screamed out, "Fuck you!" And then he went, and I think he said that he, like, smacked his son or some shit like that, or I think he screamed at him, I'm not sure. And then he's like, "No, my password is fuck you." And so, yeah, he's using his real life, transferring it into stand-up.
Look at the Chappelle skit where Chappelle was like, "Bro, I found weed in my son's drawer.
Damn, which one is
So
that?
I smoked it." And he's like, "You looking for this joint, dog? You looking for this joint?"
Yeah, shit. That's what you get for not sharing, motherfucker.
But bro, it goes back to that, man. Like, with art, you need to live life, bro. You need to have something to write about. You need to have something to talk about. You need to have something to draw about. It just goes back to life, bro. Like, that's the whole thing about artists, because I feel like with rap, with actual, like, painters, with people that do graphic design and all that, I feel like there's a very profound respect that I have for you guys, because you guys are able to elicit whatever you're feeling, and you're able to take those words and make it into a whole other, like, make it into, like, a statement that elicits that emotion, I guess. You feel me? Like if when I listen to your album and I hear, yo, I just trademarked the pinga, and I'm like, damn, I gotta trademark my shit too. And then, like, there's times where, like, you know, even like, yo, you're just mad because you're not. It's like, I hear that and I'm like, damn, like, yeah, there's a lot of people that talk shit about this whole thing that I'm doing here. But guess what?
But
like,
that's a reflection of themselves. That's why a lot of people are really, you know, whenever anybody has anything negative to say about you or whatever you got going on, it's because a reflection of themselves. They want to be doing what you're doing, and, you know, unfortunately, it's like that without realizing, like, you know, everybody could be doing whatever they want, bro. But that's what I say. You know, everybody's gonna have their opinion.
Bro, there's a lot of people that I can tell you that have, like, talked to me, met me, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm a podcaster," and they're like, "Oh, Like, you know, like they do
Yeah,
that
same thing.
face,
And
you
same
feel
thing
me?
with like, oh, I'm a rapper. They're like, yeah.
Oh, rapper. Like, oh, and it's like, don't worry. Like, I don't, I say that because I know what I am. You get me? You're gonna react however you're gonna react. At the end of the day, there's people that are listening. There's people that are gonna watch. And even if there aren't, I'm still gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
Because I have fun with this shit.
Likewise, the same thing with the like, you know, even if tomorrow I drop my album or I drop a single, it only gets 10 views or only 5 people listen to it, or if I go to a concert and there's only 5 people there, I'm gonna perform like it's 5,000. You know, so you know you always got to keep that, because like going back to what I was saying with a lot of these artists, they'll be like, nah, ain't enough people in the crowd, or nah, this sound like Papa, you know, like I don't care who you name, Drake, Lil Wayne, all these people, when they first started, it was just a couple people there.
Yeah.
Just a couple people there. So, like, you got to always, you know your worth, but you got to be humble.
And you don't know who those 5 people in that crowd are.
Yeah, like I said, like, you know, where they could be people that live in other states. They go back to their state like, yo, man, I heard this guy, Nick Garcia. He's the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's big picture shit, man.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think about it more like, yo, like, if I interview somebody if I interview someone and that one interview only gets 1 view, bro, if that 1 view is like the CEO of like fucking Spotify and he's like, hey, I want to sign your podcast to Spotify, then boom, it just took off. Everything took off. Everything that I've worked for has finally come to fruition. But like, I'm not gonna stop not doing that podcast because like, oh, I don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You can't hold yourself back from that. Like, the challenge is to challenge yourself. Like, the challenge is to find ways to challenge yourself. And I feel like, bro, with what you're doing, man, bro, I'm sorry, man. I keep bringing it up. Seeing you on Bird and 137 selling your fucking mixtapes.
No, it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all. And
it's a great thing.
It's something that I would never do personally.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, the fact that you were doing it is like, it's just more respect towards you, brother.
I love doing it. I enjoy doing it. It gives me a nice color on my skin. And it does, for real. But
you get a nice little tan out there?
Yeah, I definitely got a nice little tan out there. And, bro, just putting in, like I said, giving people a reason to support. I had mad people. Like, I remember, like, I had some chick look at me. She's like, oh, my God, you're selling your album. Like, I was like, hey, and she knew me, too. I was like, I didn't, like, one thing about me when I'm selling my album, I don't, like, you know how some people, or, like, when people be asking for money, they be, like, super aggressive, like, knocking on the window, or, like, yo, go get my shit. Like, I'm just literally walking by you, and I'm not saying nothing. I'm just putting my album in your face. If you be like, put your window down and you ask me, because that's why the only thing, everything what catches the people's attention is not the album, it's the merch. So I go out, just straight that Pinga out, and they're like, oh, that Pinga, what are you selling? And I'm like, oh, I'm selling my album, my brother, King of Kendall 2, the album. You know, you can shoot me whatever, $5-10, whatever you want, and then Pagada. And then the other time I went out with my book bag with hats, and then like people are like, oh, do you have the hats on you? I'm like, yeah, for sure, $20. And you know, just like really hustling, you know, just
Dude, that's the one thing I respect about it, man. It's the hustle. It's the hustle and it's the grind.
And
bro.
I can't wait to get the other. I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting another 100 this week, and I'm gonna go to different spots. It's like sometimes I go on Bird. The other time I went there by Ferguson. You know where the Walmart is? By Ferguson.
15788.
Yeah, right there. I went right by there. They showed hella love. My boy Kareem, Kendall Supply, he pulled up on me. He bought an album right there, midday. Boom, Pagada, he pulled up. And, you know, it's super awesome. I want to keep doing it more. Like, you know, for the future albums, I want to print them out, you know, and keep pushing them. Soon, like I said, you know, with due time and consistency, maybe, you know, well, not maybe, but it will be in Best Buy.
Yeah, hey, bro. That's
consistency.
Manifestation, bro.
Yes, sir.
Manifestation,
yes, sir.
bro. You can't say when. You got to say...
it will.
Yeah,
It will. That's why I was like, yo, I need to reword this differently. It will. First here at Coach and Colada. So when it happens, we're going to get this clip. And
dude, let me tell you, man. I went to an interview on Friday, and I was like, oh, you know, if I get the job, and I was like, wait, no, stop. When
exactly.
I get this job.
When. Yeah, we gotta say things differently. We can't be like when or if. No. When, you know.
Yeah.
It will. It will.
It will happen.
It will.
It will happen. It will happen. This edible will hit us. This edible that we had before the show will smack us to death. Dude, man, bro, it was a pleasure talking with you, man. It was honestly a pleasure talking with you, bro.
Thank you guys for having me here, bro.
Nah, man, dude, any fucking time, brother. Any time, bro. This is the second time you're on the show, man, and honestly, I've had just as much fun, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yo, let the people know where they can find you. Let the people know what's coming out.
You can find me social media-wise, Nick Garcia 305 on Instagram and Twitter. The merch page on Instagram, The Pinga Entertainment. The website for The Pinga Entertainment is coming up soon, so you can buy the merch. And we're Tranquilo que la cosa está de pinga. With Carol Laveau is on the way, produced by Carol Laveau and Jay. I forgot his producer name. I'm sorry, I'm a little high. That's a piece of shit move. But my dog Sosa is produced by Cairo and Sosa. My bad. And yeah, bro, a lot more videos on the way for King of Kendall 2. 5 a.m. the videos on the way. Down Solo the videos on the way. And just, go stream King of Kendall 2, the album, out now on all platforms. We're here at Cocha and Coladas and La Cosa Está de Pinga.
Hey, if you already know what's good for you, you'll find Nick Garcia right there on the street on 137th and Bird or 88.
Sir. We'll sell you some merch, some albums. We got it. Whatever you need, we have it.
And hey, I just want to say thank you everybody for tuning into Culture and Coladas. La Cosa Está de Pinga, bro. Tómate una colada. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So,
shout out Isla Canaria.
Shout out Isla Canaria. Shout out Latin America. Shout
Yes,
out Pinecrest Bakery. Yo, shout out to all of them. Shout out to Vicky's Bakery. Vicky's
Bakery's gas.
Vicky's Bakery's gas. Party cake's pretty good too.
Shout out Don Pan.
Don Pan, bro. Holy shit.
Shout out Sergio. Shout out El Rey de la Frita.
No, wait, bro. I'm sorry. You said before we.
Oh
sign
yeah,
off.
bitch! I got the drip at Palacio de la Jugo.
Dude, that one to me was.
I
like,
already knew it.
Hey Nick, bro. Thank you so much for coming on, dog. It's been a pleasure, man. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.
Venga.